Hi there, and welcome to High Frequency Bubble. I'm Vera, and I'm so excited to have you here with me today. This podcast is all about personal growth and tapping into your potential. Whether you're already into self-improvement or just getting started, we have something for you here. In each episode, we'll explore different ways to understand yourself better, harness the infinite possibilities available to you, and learn practical tools to elevate your life. I truly believe we are all capable of amazing things. We just need a little guidance sometimes, that little nudge to remember who we really are. So if you're looking to shake things up, try new approaches, and maybe surprise yourself with what you can do, all while keeping it real and having some fun, then stick around. We are about to kick off this episode today, so let's get into it. So, good morning, guys, and welcome back to the High Frequency Bubble podcast. Today we have a very special guest. It's my dearest friend Gia. She is my sister from another mister. She's my soul sister. She helped me so much of discovering my true power, my true self. And today, before we're gonna get into the episode, we're gonna have so much energies coming. We're gonna have loads of energy, I think. I feel like it's a lot of energy coming. So before that, I just want to set up the intention with Gia with me here today. So let's take a deep breath in through our nose. Feeling that prosperity coming to us, and breathe it out. Any stress, any worry. We are setting our intentions for the meaningful podcast to deliver to you, to our audience today, incredible content coming straight away from our hearts to you. We're gonna give you the tangible results, how you can manifest, how specific you have to be. So just buckle up, have that time for yourself. We're probably gonna go an hour. I'm Polish, Gia, she's Spanish, so we love going over the time. So get ready on that. It's gonna be so much fun. And let's take another deep breath in through our nose. Feeling the word empowerment. Good. And breathe it out. Feeling the word release. Amazing. Beautiful cup of rolls. We know that we are here to empower you, to do the good thing in the world. So let's go. Hello.
My love.
Hello, Gia. Good morning to you.
Morning. Thank you for the
Of course, you had to be here. You had to be here. I think your journey where you are here right now and where you've been, it's so incredible to talk about how specific we have to be in our manifestations so they can come through the 3D world. But before we're gonna go ahead and start with this, if we can just say a couple of words about you. What do you do for the humanity? What do you do for the women? Because you're like this colorful barrel as myself. We do everything. So I want to hear, I would love you to hear from you, and I would love to share to our audience what you do. And yeah.
Okay, amazing. Well, hi, Vera. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone that's hearing and taking some time to get something meaningful out of this, because you're here for a reason. Well, first of all, they call me, since I'm very little, like a badass angel of manifestator. I come from a family of 3 sisters, and they called us witches, like good witches back then, because we would be a badass manifestators, the 3 of them. They would do other beautiful things. But I was always going very much on the details and specific parts of my life. And the funny thing is that since I'm very little, they would always say, like, you manifest like color, detail, absolutely everything. How do you do it? God knows how, but that's like the reality of you. So very much badass manifestator since birth. I'm a healer, and I'm very proud of saying that, because on my spirituality, I have this gift of really bringing back people into their truest selves from like the heart, and guiding them to really of their power and the magic they have inside. So I'm an amazing healer. And I'm a mother of 3 little kids. So yeah, so on this, like as my beautiful Vera, she says, like in this 3-dimensional world, I have 3 amazing inventions, which I love and care and are my life. And 2 of them are girls, 1 boy. And the reason why I actually take my role as manifestator, as healer, is because I want to give my daughters the tools from their mom in order to become their best selves, and that to give it to other beautiful women in next generations. So yeah, I'm also the founder of a brand called Proyecto Mariposa, which is a butterfly project in English. To anyone over here who doesn't speak Spanish, is like, what did she say? What is that? Yeah, it's Butterfly Project. And the reason of it is because I really help them go into the evolution from like being on darkness, not knowing how, but they know the what, but they don't know how the process go, and simply to open their wings and just fly. So very much a mother, woman, as you guys, but also with a lot of
And the
meditation.
badass CEO and an amazing friend.
Yes.
And actually, I think like you're like my travel buddy as well, and a very big connection to the soul. I told you, like you're such a colorful bird, and it is such a blessing to have you in the field and to being able actually doing amazing things with you in the world and just sharing how we are going, how our journey is coming. And I'm just gonna say this, guys, that women that they are coming here, most of them right now, we speak in 2 languages. Gia, you speak, I think, 4 or 5 languages, right? Yeah. So I just want to give you a note that sometimes when we are going through the limiting beliefs that we're not going to be enough, because the voice is going to be coming in, I just want to let you know that here you're so freaking safe. If you're going to make a mistake, it's not a bad thing. No one is going to laugh because we understand it's a safe community to be here. That's why we're going to share with you from our bottom of the hearts how we are seeing manifestation. And I think with Gia, I've got a goosebumps. That's a good sign. And I think with Gia, we're going to go a bit more into the spiritual realm of taking the manifestation to the next level, how you're supposed to feel about certain things and how they're going to come to you. And Gia, as you said, you are such a incredible manifestor. What are you from the human design?
Well, on the human design, I'm very much in particular, like it's like a bit of a mixture, but I don't take very much of my human design over here. I take it more, I think, on the gift that I have since little of manifesting on visually. So I don't know. Always that I do the human designs, it just like says like,
okay, maybe the time then, maybe the time. I feel sometimes that you are a manifestor and sometimes you're such a good at projecting the things. You are good at the reflecting the things as well.
Exactly. That's lots of people tell me. But I'm like, yes, it's a bit of a mixture over here, but always
Yeah,
for
of
the
course,
goodwill,
of course. We always come here with the goodwill. Yeah, and that's 100%. That's what you have to, guys, remember. Whenever you are plugging in, just look for the goodwill. Look where you feel aligned. Look who you want to listen to, where the story are resonating with you. Because it's always for you here to have that choice and to decide which path you're going to take. But in the end of the day, we have only one path, right?
Exactly, Vera. And I think you said it so well. We have one path, but one of the things that I have seen much more often nowadays is that there's a lot of women who are more sleeping on. They have this thing of manifest. They do. I do believe that lots of people can do what I do, for example, of really manifesting on detail. But a lot of women are sleeping thinking that the how is so difficult, the how is impossible. The word impossible just comes to their brains. And guys, it's the most normal thing. It happened to me lots of times. The only difference that I had on my part is I have on my story, at some point I can share it with you guys, but I have a father who was every single day when I was growing up remembering me, how badass I was on manifesting, how abundant I was, how really like I had all the value and I deserve everything I want in my life. and all the happiness and all the joy and all the ease. And I think that actually because of him, I think he was my savior to become who I was today. Because without him, I mean, he left 10 years ago from this dimension, but without him, I wouldn't be here to tell you guys that it's actually possible. The how is irrelevant, really irrelevant over here. It's truly not relevant. It's just trusting the process. It's very much like a Canva. Sometimes you think that everything's falling apart, but what's falling apart is just like, you can imagining as these workers who are taking off some everything that doesn't really belong anymore to what really needs to come, to what really needs to be manifested for your highest good. Even if you go into a detailed part of something like a way of life you want to live, it has to fall apart. It truly has to fall apart. And I think that's when I always tell everyone, like, I see so many people sleeping, is like, really, you guys invest on listening to all of these beautiful words around you. Like, it's not just coincidence you guys are here in order to wake up and to understand that you guys are the queens of your reality, your queens or your creation. So yeah, it's very impressive how it's now time for women to really wake up.
Absolutely. I mean, we limit ourselves so much on the how that we are getting very much, let's call it a cage. I don't know why, but I can visualize we are this beautiful gold seed and we are in this brown cage where we are thinking, oh my God, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, how I'm going to do it, how is it going to come to me, what's going to happen? But if you're going to feel it before and you're going to have that unwavering faith that you're abandoned, that everything comes to you with ease, as you said, that you are just leaning into that faith and that moment, that how is not your job because you are letting the things unfold. You're going through the surrender. And we know that it's a couple of big steps actually to make that manifestation happen. Is it worth it? I mean, of course it is, because you never.
Yeah.
The thing is, I think when you start surrounding yourself out with the people that they are in the same kind of field as you are never gonna be the same, because you're gonna stick to the field that you like, and you're gonna surround yourself with the people that you like, and that's okay to have friends upgrades with your friends, because not all the friends they're gonna be with you, but then you're truly transmission, and then it's easier for you and for the people around you to keep the vision for you, because you know that you're a powerful manifestor, so you know the tools what you have to use. You know that raising your vibration, your frequency on the constant base, it's gonna be so important to don't lose that momentum where you are going. So on that note, what does for you, Gia, mean to manifest in your own words?
For me, manifesting is really working with my mindset every single day in the most detailed way. Be the biggest cheerleader that I could have possibly have every single day. And to know that there's a connection between neuroscience and knowing that our frequency can actually truly affect reality. So if I want to live in a, let's say, like in a very like shitty mood and like very much not manifesting the type of life I want to, I can be very much doing different actions. But the truth is like manifesting with the heart, connecting with the mindset, connecting with that highest frequency of enjoyment, of really like knowing that that's for me as my birthright. That's manifesting. That's really blowing all past traumas, all past mindsets from everyone, just like getting focused and working with this beautiful constellation between heart, mindset, and frequency.
Yeah. I would say it's the same thing for me as well, with with the feelings, with the mindset, with being on the same frequency, for being able to tap to that frequency. Because, guys, we are freaking manifesting 365 days in a year. Like this, the universe never stops. It's not like, hey, I'm gonna go on holidays now. Let me call you later. Like that doesn't work like this. That's why every single day you are choosing, as you said, to go shitty, because that's what the kind of actions you're gonna take, or you're gonna be like, okay, let me take 10 deep breaths and start with the meaningful breath that I'm setting the intention that I'm here. That is the new day. And actually I can manifest anything and everything what I want because I'm the creator. And that's how you're gonna start shifting. But I wanna ask you the biggest success story which you had with your manifestation that is actually blew, like it was out of your mind, blown your mind away. I was like, you knew it that the how is not your job. You knew it like, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
What was that? I'm so curious.
Well, this is a very funny story because I can tell you about the story how I actually met my husband, which my husband, he's actually my best friend. I always, sometimes I didn't even call my husband. He's like my partner or my friend. Like even I can tell him like that way. He manifested me. That's what I say. I don't have to do anything to be manifesting him. Like, no, like it's not that I'm feminist, Vera, but I know that he manifested me. He needed to be like with a badass woman right next to, like a Latina that would say like, think straightforward and nothing in between. And that's about it. But in a way, like I had like a stage when I was young after college living in Boston in the US. And I was dating a couple of guys, but no one really serious. But I always knew that I wanted someone very specific. Again, I went to the detailed. I didn't want to manifest him, but I knew how he was even before I met him. And that is like 3-4 years before meeting him. So I knew I wanted to have like a Hercules, like super strong, tan, like goddess. Like I wanted a goddess. I was enough or like, the regular one. And I actually am not like a goddess. I'm a completely normal human being like any other. But I wanted someone like that. I also wanted someone with strong personality. And I wanted someone that I could travel the world, that would make me laugh. And I would always feel protected, loved by infinity. And that he had this charm and this like old elegance, old gentleman person. And funny thing is that he actually arrived on one day at midnight at Meatpacking District, having a bottle of tequila by myself with a friend. And we were there, just my Mexican friend and me, because she had just come to Boston to visit me. And I said, like, she was like, oh, why don't I see you in New York? I was like, hell yeah, why not? Let's go. I take the train after work. I arrived to New York. But I was like, yeah, just like, just at night with my friend. So I'm there. I was a badass tequila drinker by then, like
Por
a very
tequilas,
good one.
por favor, yes. Tres tequilas, por favor. We know the tequila stories, they are dangerous. Yeah.
No, this one is very funny because, like just for you guys, I'm Mexican too, but I actually I drink very good tequila. So I was drinking it like as a shot, the whole bottle with my friend, and like filling it like everything I have like in my life. I fill it, taste it slowly, like it's like a good sex, slowly to the biggest orgasm point. So I was there sitting down with my friend, and then a friend of him arrived, said I was a bit like I had an accent from Boston or something like that back then, and I just like laugh and continue like drinking because I was not interested in him. And then comes like a very fine tan gentleman, like super well dressed next to me. Funny thing is that I can remember his silhouette, but I cannot remember him. I remember I was talking with him and he was speaking fluent Spanish, absolutely fluent Spanish. But he had a very strong accent, like knowing that he's not Spanish, but he's doing his best, And by then, actually, that's my husband, the father of my children, because back then, on that night, absolutely nothing happened. We just like had a good laugh. And the moment I actually crossed the street to go to my hotel, I hold his hand, and it was like there was like this energy, like so strong energy, like I had known here for lives, for so many lives. It was like if I was even like holding my brother, someone, like it was like I had never felt that for anyone in my life. And the next day, actually, when my friend actually told me like, you were with this like really hot guy. Who was he? I was like, can't remember the face. Like, I cannot remember the face. I couldn't remember him, but I could remember his hand and I could remember his energy. That's the only thing that happened. It has been like a bit like a beautiful trip, because back then, when I actually met him, my world was falling apart. I was losing in Mexico my best friend and my other love of life, which was my father. And he was in the hospital when I actually met my husband. And the whole canvas of my life was falling in every single aspect. And I couldn't know, because I knew I was not manifesting that. But back then, I didn't have this certainty that things were happening for a reason. And it was funny because actually the day I met him, I met my husband that I say that he manifested me and I manifested him. My dad left. It was like both lives had crossed in that moment. And my dad, and whatever you guys believe, would had said, I leave you who will be also your rock to keep on. So the whole canvas falls without me knowing that it's for a better, for it's like truly for the best. And now after 10 years that I have been, almost 11 years that I have been married with my husband, he's truly the same guy I met. And it was the exact detail I had manifested him. Maybe less tan, because back then he was playing tennis at the Hudson. And he had a very like life with a lot of wealth and money back then, full of yachts and jumping with his cousin to the Hudson, with costumes and bottles of champagne everywhere, and the chef from the Queen of UK, and so many things. But back then, his life was also changing, and the canvas was falling onward to meet me, and to be right now where we are. And I'm feeling in the stomach this like sensation of, oh my God, I'm saying this. But the truth is that not all the times you guys are going to know, like with this manifestation part, this mindset, like, yeah, you are going to be cheering up, but probably in that moment, the canvas is falling. And it's just trusting that is just for a highest good for you. Everything, even even the person you meet tomorrow, or you don't hang out with that person anymore, it had a reason. And for me, the moment that everything collapsed was just to change channels of someone that loved me so much to leave, to bring someone that really would love me forever, like here. So this is the most sexy part, because it's like, for example, with him, with my partner, nowadays I'm able to manifest beautiful traveling with him still, and very fun ones. He's an amazing father. He went down to earth in many different ways, thank God. And it just, at the end, you feel lucky that you actually, by being on detail on that moment 4 years ago, before everything collapsed, you know that person was going to be coming, because you simply knew how to really connect with that frequency and say the most detailed as possible. So, yeah. So that's the story, Vera.
Oh, that's amazing. I think I had so much energy when you said that one person came, your partner came, and then your dad left, and that was the exchanging of the energy. And you had so much faith that you knew that someone else, something better, something has to come in to make this connection with that frequency level. And absolutely, grabbing someone else's hand, and you will know. You'll absolutely know if that's the person for you and how you are feeling about that person. Because we know, guys, that we can have the karmic relationships, the twin flame relationships. And when they are coming in our life, that certain things are happening. And you both manifested each other. You've been both made for each other. And that was that perfect moment when you were relaxed, having a tequila, being your Mexican Latina with your friend, and there is he coming, the goddess of the goddess, Tan, the way that you want to describe him, but you are in that feminine energy and he's in his masculine. You're allowing him to things do for you. But at the same time, you or we are allowing universe to work for us, to be behind the closed doors, because we are so big that actually we can't see what is gonna be the next for us, what is gonna be that next plan. We can't say this. But if we know that everything is working in our favor and we just have to get specific on what we want, stay aligned with that energy, being focused, having that clarity, setting that intentions up every single day, being meaningful in our work, that's what we're gonna attract, right? And
Exactly. But one of the things actually I need to add on the story is that back then I was actually finishing another relationship with someone who was very toxic. So very, very toxic. And he wanted to basically he was always every single day saying like, remember you're destined with me, like very much like words mark that you are aligned with me. And the moment he actually my partner came, it was a moment I actually texted that morning. That's when I say like, watch out your words because they resonate. The moment I really spoke out loud that moment in New York, and I said like, I have enough. I don't want to give this energy to this guy anymore. It's done. And I said it's done. That night I
you've
met my
made the
partner.
decision, right? It's about the decision. It's about
Exactly. It's about the sessions too. Is about being able to also, you guys, like to close circles and to stop giving the energy of you as a queen to what doesn't belong to you anymore. And that's when also like this domino puzzle will just start falling. And just it's just to remember that you are the queen and you are the one who your intuition, your heart will feel the moment it's enough to be giving that energy. And that like just like having that like fuel coming out from like the car, you had enough of doing that. The moment you say stop, you'll see everything that you wanted to manifest will start to just coming in together.
yeah,
It's beautiful.
it is beautiful. Is this activation is like inner activation in yourself that you're ready to break that cycle, you're ready to break that chain, to set yourself free. But in that order, we're gonna have a lot of forgiveness process. We're gonna have a lot of understanding and gratitude, even though the situation is gonna be looking very unhealthy. You're still gonna send the gratefulness and forgiveness, even to that toxic relationship, because that toxic relationship is teaching us something that we're gonna come out differently, and we're gonna talk to the generations, as you said at the beginning. That's what you are here as well, to teach your two girls and one boy, but to the women, to spread that more, when it's enough, and just to forgive yourself. And actually, is as well, I feel like it's about finding that balance. Don't get crazy in your head, because the ego and the talks, what you're gonna be having, they're gonna be more, you can't do it, or who you are to do this, or
Oh yes, oh yes, they're always there. They're always there. I mean, we're human beings. We're absolutely human beings. One of the things I could recommend you guys, and I actually do it, try to do it every day. And when I don't, I feel like very strange. If you are on this like spiritual part of like rebirth, what I do myself is really protect myself. Like I do protect myself every single day. It's okay if you guys don't believe a lot of the universe, you believe in God or any type of religious. Give yourself like 5 minutes every morning to close your eyes and love yourself, and to whatever you believe. Just go slowly and deeply on this slide to tell him or this beautiful being to protect you, because it is absolutely true. It could be called ego, it could be called like this bad energies or whatever however you want to call it. They will always be around. They will always be around trying to like mess up with your mind, say like, "Oh, but that's not true, like look what happened again." Like What I could recommend you is just be persistent on knowing that the what will come. Just keep on believing. Don't lose the trust. Like, it's just the moment we lose the trust, it's over. We need to keep on believing to know that the manifestation you're actually detailing in your head will be coming.
Yeah. And then touching upon that detailed manifestation, because I've asked you at the beginning with the human design, because we know that on the human design, we have the two columns, and sometimes when the arrows are going right, you are specific. When the columns are going left, you are not specific manifestor, and it's on top of the head, basically. And some of the people we're going to have like, okay, I want to have 10-bedroom house. The floors are going to look like this with the gold handles. I don't know. It's going to be a swimming pool this size. I'm going to have this amount of trees.
Yeah.
For some people, that's going to work. For some people, it doesn't. Depends how strong you're going to go with your visualization. And I want to ask you, because I know that you're a crazy badass writer as well. And I know that you're going, I think most of us actually in that kind of field, we are going back to the writing, whatever visions we are having or whatever we want to manifest. Is it any specific way, the way you journal or the way you script about your goals, that they're gonna come to you?
I think every person is different. There's people that's journaling would be really good for them. Some people would be drawing. On my case is drawing, for example. I draw specifically what I see, what I envision, what my visualization comes every morning. One of the things that actually I recommend and actually works on me very well is that I have a playlist on Spotify with like music that really, when I'm meditating, like really uplifts me and takes me to that visualization. And every single day for like minimum 5 minutes, I close my eyes and I see a little detail how my house is, where I'm standing, how the kitchen is, who's holding my hand, where I'm traveling, how the garden, like I go very specific. And why? Because the frequency that music goes plus the state on meditation together will take you, it's like a very impressive activator. That's what works with me. And it honestly sometimes works that immediately, sometimes takes time. But it's just knowing that these two things have actually, we're all atoms at the end. It just brings out all this energy together and makes it work. I do that on the mornings and at night, so that also like makes me feel good. Sometimes I'm even dancing because I love to dance. I mean, I'm Latina, so I adore to dance. I'm like dancing, here Shakira, whatever, and I'm like imagining the things, and I'm feeling the moment like if it had come already, and the gratefulness, like which is like a very high energy, is all combined. That's me, and that's something that you guys could experiment it. But also there's people that could be writing. Writing is a beautiful exercise that some people do. And when actually the beauty of these magical things start happening, they look back to their journal, is like, holy shit, like I actually wrote it like 2 years ago or 1 year ago. And it's true. It's you connecting to that frequency of abundance. And abundance, sometimes people could not distinguish, is not the same as wealth. Abundance is that ease, is truly that ease of feeling in fulfillment with every single aspect of your life. So yeah, that's what I do. I'm going very detailed in that part.
Yeah, with the songs, I can completely relate to that. Like, I think we all have our songs that they are,
right?
that they are like, parents are thinking, oh, are we gonna go clubbing? And I'm like, hey, listen, I've got the clap every single day in my ears. I can put whatever I want. I don't have to drink. I don't have to wait in the queues. I'm dancing, right? So definitely
Exactly.
the music. And also when you said about the writing and then about how abundant you are, I remember when I had that's a little story from me. I remember when I was like, I couldn't get myself to that creative, not even creative, but to get myself actually writing or typing. And I remember when I had that issue, and then what I realized, to keep me going, to keep my vision going, I was reading what I wrote. And I'm like, oh, wow. As you said, like, oh, wow, I freaking wrote that stuff. Like, it was really me. And I've always come back to this. Guys, we all have low days and high days, by the way. It's not like we are all the time on freaking high vibe and we are just, everything is so magical. Like, no, that doesn't work like this. Unfortunately, we know how to tap away and we know how to tap into the higher frequency because now we know how to do it. But it's not that we don't have this stuff, okay? We still do have the low days. And when I have a low day, when I'm crying, when I'm releasing, but I know that it's there to protect me, to show me something more, I'm still sending gratitude to that. And I'm reading this, what I wrote, and I'm like, okay. So that's okay for me to feel that way. And I can still tap myself through the reading what I wrote to tap myself to that higher frequency and bring that manifestation even closer to me again. So whatever actually is going to be working for you, if that's going to be the dance, I love the dance, as you said, morning and the evening, the visualization with it, the embody work, take the energetic breaths with it to the wake up your cells, wake up your body, wake up your energy field, the creator field that you're going to be in, and imagine, just freaking imagine. And if you can't imagine, put the music in and let the music guide you. Or if you can't even do it, you can message me, you can message Gia, you can come to the community group. We will help you to get you through that visualization. We will help you to get you to that meditative state if you don't know how to meditate. And it's okay if you don't know, because it was a time that we didn't know how to do that, right? So it's life.
It's actually beautiful what you say, Vera, and it's actually true. Like there's some good days and bad days. And sometimes there's going to be more bad days than good days. And sometimes you only have one day that's actually good out of 200. And what we want to say over here is that we're in a human being experience. And here you're here to very much learn on the process. But as you have waken up, as you have grown your community of these beautiful women around you, which are more conscious on how to get to this abundant ease, then you have the tools. The only thing you have to remember is to hold yourself, know that this canvas is falling, you're getting there, and you have people that love you and that you're beautiful the way you are. You're absolutely beautiful the way you are, and this is meant to happen. And as Vera says, pull a little bit of the music that maybe you don't want to sit down to meditate. Okay, it's fine. But just put a little bit of music that's supposed to be on detail with that state of happiness, the state of thankfulness for what's happening. And, you'll get back as sooner as you thought.
Yeah, I've got that feeling saying to me, like, you see, guys, we have two families, by the way. If you don't know, we have two families. We have the family that we are being born to, and we have the family that we are choosing to have that family around us. And it's your choice. You decide. If you want to call that family, that is your blood family, but you know that you're not gonna get the same support that you will get from the soul family, that actually they've been through this, they've been abandoned by their family, their family think that they are crazy because they start to upgrade, because they start to change, because things keep coming to them and you are keeping the vision. It's okay for you to choose the other family. It's okay for you to choose the soul family and then come back to the family that is your family so you can help them out. Because that's what we've been going through as well. Like, it's been lonely. It's been freaking lonely.
It's been lonely. It has been very lonely. Actually, as you said, Vera, it has been lonely. And as you can guys see, like, we're in a very multicultural level. We speak so many languages. We come from so many roots. There's not such thing like just like one family, one root. That's like bullshit. Sorry. Like, we're in a community of like global love, global awaken, and that's why I actually love what you're doing, Vera. Is very much into rising to your highest self and just continue supporting each other and this on manifesting truly the awakeness of your soul, the awakeness of your magic, the awakeness of your potential. I could never be more grateful in my life to have given me this specific people in my life that always reminded me the magic that I had. But even if you don't have these people, like, you have a big community that will be supporting you at some point.
Absolutely. But that's why we are here. That's why we break free from it. And guys, before, if you ask like, oh my God, are we going to have a podcast? We will be like shitting down in our pants because like, oh my God, what are we going to talk about? How are we going to do it? How, la, 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 la. It's going to be all the story. But then we decided, but it would be like, think about it. How many people are having this belief like, oh my God, what I'm going to talk, I'm going to say something bad, I'm not going to be myself. But in the end of the day, it's about you staying authentic, aligning with your frequency, aligning with your desires, aligning with your action, and every day choosing yourself what is aligned with you. So then your manifestation, not somebody else, your manifestation can come closer to you with every step, every breath, what you're going to take. So what we can give to them, one thing that they can start manifesting.
Well, right now, what comes on my mind actually to myself right now is, well, two things. Before activating, I would just on my 3-day dimension avoid 3 things. One of the things would be stop listening to news of this world. Like people would say like on this world, like nowadays that the world is falling to crap. Like this thing of manifestation is not working. Stop, like really stop. Stop listening to all those news, all those people. Whatever news is going to arrive to you at your table will be the ones that you actually need see in that moment. That actually you need to give the energy to help in that moment. If not, please, like it's one of the things that actually I try to actually suggest to people to just start to avoiding that part, because actually that's not the way to manifest it. That's actually taking out energy of you, energy of truth to your truest power and truest magic. Second one is stop believing there's a good luck and bad luck. There's nothing like that. There's not such thing like that. We grow up thinking that, oh, well, this is a very lucky girl. Oh, well, I was not born with luck, or I'm lucky the way, sometimes when I do this, or I'm not lucky when I do the following. There's no thing as luck. It's just, it's one thing that I would just want you to, from today, take out of your system and know that actually the luck you created. You are the one with your being conscious about your mind and your thoughts and your heart. Is that luck? It's actually giving it to you by that mindset, that connection. So taking out that vocabulary would be my second suggestion before activating. The third one would be, this is gonna be the tough one. You are not always gonna be surrounded by this beautiful community you are listening to right now. And that might happen 90% of your day. And it's completely understandable and it's completely normal. And that's part of the challenge of you being here on this life. And what I absolutely would recommend is, in order for you to start activating that state of manifesting, is knowing that it's all right. Sometimes you also will have your friends which don't have the same mindset and vocabulary, and to hug them and love them the way they are. You don't have to always agree with them. No, you don't always have to just like do the same actions. No, but just to truly love whoever is around you and love your truest self, love your awakening in that moment. They will wake up in their own ways at the perfect time, but probably not in this life, but not at that moment. But just these 3 things I want you guys to just know, because it's something that happens every single day. These 3 little tasks just will help you to really narrow down to this manifestator, creator, queen energy, and know that it's actually possible, that you're not inventing this, that this is not like the newest thing that you're putting on your head. No, you're just avoiding and just letting your energy flow to other divisions that just don't deserve you.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do say that. We do say that even in the business, that the environment, it's going to be so important. And when you said about the news, I'm like, holy shit, exactly. Like guys, like think about it. When did you hear that the news, it was a good news from the TV? I'm not talking from the people when we are calling each other, but I'm talking about the TV. Where have you ever had, you're putting this BBC or CNN and it's like, yes, people are going so happy and so crazy because it's another day, it's another Monday, the sun is up. We never hear that. It was like, oh, we never hear that.
Exactly. It's such a thin line, a very thin line for you. That's what I'm saying. Like these are very three practical things that I actually suggest you. It would be so easy to for you to tell you guys how to activate that manifestator state. The tricky part would be how to keep it because you are meditating, you are doing this task just on a very little average compared to what the rest you're doing. And the part is having these single actions just to avoid them and saying, like, I decide what I want to hear, what I want to see, what I want to create.
And you
And this
see,
is not it.
the manifestation is gonna be the awareness as well. That it's gonna all come along
Exactly.
with the action. Because if you're not gonna be aware what is happening around you, and then you're not gonna be meaningful, and then you're not gonna take the right action, you're gonna stay in the same kind of cage what we talked at the beginning instead of shining out with your light. So beautiful. I mean, it's the topic of the manifestation, guys, it's so big. I think the whole manifesting thing, process, action, is the way of being and the way of feeling and the way of choosing to manifest and to be aligned and to be in that specific frequency where things are flowing to you and you're allowing and you're receiving and you're letting go and you're forgiving. And talking about this, I had that thought saying to me, okay, what if we can give to our people right now the Ho'oponopono prayer? You can go to Ho'oponopono. We can put in the show notes. I've got a meditation saying let go of the things. You can have the workbook. That is all for free. And you can just listen to this and forgive it. You can even imagine the purple flame when it's coming through you, when you're cutting off the things, when you are just being and forgetting, like 100% of the forgiveness, 100% of the alignment. If it's gonna be easy, well, no, because it takes time. It's a process. It's not gonna come in a day. We're gonna say, oh, is it coming in a day? No, it's not. It's not the prescription. It's not the magic pill that we're going to say to you, okay, take 3 times a day and you're going to be happy. No, it's going to be your constant work.
It will all come at
Exactly.
its
When you're
right.
going to be ready.
That's one of the things. Exactly. It all requires patience. And it's actually one of the things that now I'm thinking about. It's something I tell my toddler and my children, which are below 8, every single day. Have patience is your biggest gift, to have this patience, because patience will just give you the biggest tool to just, when everything's falling or when you're desperate for something to happen, to just really stay grounded and know that the exciting thing is coming for your highest good at the end. So yeah, even for children.
I
this is
mean,
a
for
very
the
big
children,
lesson.
the way that, you're a mom, you're doing the work with your kids, you're bringing the next generation of this incredible, young, wise people in the world that they're gonna run the world. So it's really up to you. And I'm talking to all the mamas. And even if you're not the mama, that's still okay. We still have a mother Gaia that we are coming here to serve, and you can do that work for yourself. But if you have kids, it's especially for you and for them to wake up and to choose you. And if you are here, you are doing it
Exactly.
already.
That's why these little tasks are easy to do. And I'm telling you, as a mother perspective, of like not hearing the news, like not listening to those like bad things that are coming like around you, like the good luck, bad luck. All of these little things are just simple things that, for example, as a mother, I take away like every single day. And are simply a good way to just remind me that I'm in a good path. I am the one with the power, and I can create whatever I want. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely, guys. I think we're gonna have Gia again here with us because it's so good to talk to her, and I think she has so much more to share. We only touched base today on the manifestation. We touched down with you how we are seeing this, how Gia is seeing this, how you can, with these little free steps, because we can talk here and you can be overwhelmed and we can be overwhelmed and we don't want to feed you with so much info here, but the free steps: acknowledge the news, acknowledge the lack. The lack is not something what is coming to you. The lack is something what is here and it's always been, right? And then with the community, if you are spending your time with the community, that with the family, let's normalize this, with the family that is not there for you and you don't want to listen, be sure to take yourself out from that matrix, what you are in right now, and go to that pink, beautiful, I don't know, it's like an island or it's something different, it's like beautiful pink cloud where everything is falling to you, into you, where people are pouring into you, people are understanding you, people been through this. And just disconnect yourself from this 90% of the day. You can choose again. It's not that hard to make that hour, even though if you are a mom, but you can have 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Even go to that bathroom. But even if that little 5-minute job, you're having the consistency and you're remembering that, okay, it's more. I don't have to trap again there. So that's beautiful tips, I think.
Yeah, especially like for all like busy women having like 2 jobs or like, you know, 1 extra job here and there, or even mothers, which I tell you, the mom of 3, I can tell you, there's very limited time sometimes. You make your own time. Remember, this is quite abstract in this reality. And as long as you give a little bit of timing to those, even if you're tired, your child woke up 3-4 times, someone threw up, the dog threw up, whatever happened, just take the time to really go and tune to yourself, knowing that you are the most important vehicle over here. Not the rest, but you. To take care of your soul, to take care of you, of that highest self, of that highest intention you're having, is the most important one. To continue being a mother, being a badass, being a hard worker, being a wife, being a friend. You are the most important vehicle over here. Just give the time. You have it. You know you can put a bit of time here and there and just come back to your community whenever you
absolutely.
You need.
Guys, on that note, I'm gonna say thank you so much, Gia, to joining in. If you can just tell us quickly how we can find you, maybe some Instagram, and then you can drop us the show notes. In the show notes, how we can connect with you. We're gonna plug you to the community as well, so the ladies, they have all access to you. Yeah, what's the Instagram?
So it's Gia Walker Official. You can guys find me over there. Actually, this week I'm gonna be working also on the Spanish content over there too, which is absolutely new on that part. You can guys just find me right now for some like amazing quantum coaching. From mother to mother, from like badass woman to badass woman, really like guiding you this way. Spanish, English, I would tell you German, but yeah, it could be German too. But what I'm saying is that you will always find this light of me behind whenever you guys need it, and to just push you to your best version
absolutely,
of yourself.
guys. So we're gonna see you on the next one. Thank you so much for listening and for tuning in, and see you on the next episode. Thank you.